Woohoo! We are live. I think this is the fastest I've been able to go live in a while. Happy Tuesday. My ice cubes are all scrunched together in my water bottle. Okay. Happy Tuesday. We are here for another live chat. What's up, everyone? Hello. Yay. Things by the Burke is here. Sincerely, Kristen. Oh, Natalie's here too. Kim. Okay, everything's moving really fast. Martina, Alicia. Hello, everyone. Howdy. Happy Tuesday. Woohoo. Christina, April. The chat is moving fast. Janice, hello. Tammy's here. Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. Oh, my hair. Oh no. Let me just get that. Yeah, I tried to curl it. I actually curled it yesterday. This is, I slept on it and everything. And don't even talk to me about the wind today. Oh my gosh, I nearly got, I almost blew away trying to get gas. So, it is so windy outside today. So, I was actually fairly impressed that it has stayed this way. Hello, Karen Harris is here. Hi, Debbie. And Leah and Becky and Tracy. Oh my gosh, helpful and happy. Hello from Branson, Missouri. Not too far. Sound like a New Yorker. You know, go to New York for a few days. You come back sounding like a New Yorker. The Netherlands here. Dang. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you could make it on for a live chat. I really wanted to do this morning because I'd like to be able to try to do Kitty, is that sweatshirt designer, i.e. Amazon? It is on Amazon. Thank you so much. I'll link it after I get finished with this. I will link this here. It was from Amazon. Yes, it was. I wanted to do morning because I want to do like different times for the live chat because I know not everybody can make everything. I'm never going to be able to please everybody. I know that. But I thought like mornings and afternoons and evenings and, like different things like that. But I knew my schedule was going to be insane today. So I actually wanted to do a little bit later, but I was afraid if I did it too late, then I would get even more stressed about my schedule. So we just did 3 o'clock again. I feel like this is the time of my day where I usually am like catching my breath, like, okay, so we got a lot done so far. Like, what else do we have to do tonight? This is kind of usually like my break time, but that's okay. But here we are. Sarah's here. Sarah Helpler, hello. So yeah, I'm excited. I mentioned yesterday, I put something on Twitter and also on, I said it in my Instagram stories, but my 8th book is done with proofreading. So it's now gone into the formatting section. And this is when like times gets like super crazy for me when it comes to publishing a book. There's just like so much that has to be done right away, and it gets very overwhelming. So I just wanted to like try to say that and put that out in different places because I'm probably going to be like not as present on social media. I can tell, like, I just went into my comment section from yesterday, like 15 minutes ago, trying to catch up on comments. Say rise and shine. What happened? What? I don't even know what all this rise and shine stuff is about. Like, I saw the clip and everything, but I'm like, how did that become such a big thing? I kept seeing it on the internet and I was like, what am I missing here? And then I saw like the actual Kylie clip and I was like, that's what I missed. I'm so confused. Okay. Alrighty. So that was funny, but Crystal C said, you're trying to be patient about my book. Can't wait. Thank you. Wildflower Liz is here. Hi, Liz. Yeah, Kylie's making a lot of money off that. That's for sure. So yeah, the book is going into formatting. So right now I'm doing a lot of like behind the scenes kind of stuff, like getting the ISBN numbers for the books, like making sure the copyright is there, acknowledgments, and just putting everything, like getting the Amazon pages ready, all of that. Like, I'm trying to figure out a Shopify account because so many people have bought the print books of Christy and Scarlett, and it was really overwhelming for me, I've never had that kind of response on my print books. So when I was getting in so many orders, I was kind of like not able to keep up the best. I was like, wait, what's going on here? So I want something to be like better streamlined for my website. So I've been trying to look into like Shopify, or some people were recommending WooCommerce or something like that, Woo e-commerce or something like that. So I've been trying to figure out a better way for people to be able to buy my books. And also like I'm getting stressed out just thinking about everything I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to figure out if there's something I can buy to help me like print shipping labels so I can more easily ship people's books. Because I remember last time was Scarlett literally sitting at the post office for like 40 some minutes trying to like watching this poor guy scan and put everyone's address in and give me the total for like 100 books at one time. And every time I'd walk in there, he's like, "Oh, got another book." I'm like, "Yeah, it's me again." They're probably really glad I moved. So I'm trying to figure out something where I can like print shipping labels a little bit easier, so I can just like take the books and drop them off. But so I don't know, there's just like so much to do, and there's only so many hours of the day, and I'm just like, I'm getting really overwhelmed over here. I'm like a little crazy. So that's everything that's going on. So just a heads up that I'm just not on social as much as I normally am, because there's just so much going on behind the scenes. But of course, the good thing is that a new book is almost here, so I'm very excited about that. My last novel, which was The Sixth Scarlet, just celebrated 1 year this past weekend. So I'm really bummed that it's been a year since I've put out a book. Normally, I like to do at least one a year. Last year I did 2 a year. Christy released in May, and Scarlett released in October, the month we're in. So to still not have a book out, like, I'm very frustrated with myself. So I'm trying to get that one out as quickly as I can with still doing everything the right way, you know? So definitely wanted to give an update on that, because I know a lot of you guys are, I ship them all out myself. Like, I mean, I do it all. I had my husband, of course, helping me last year with like actually putting the books in the envelope and like sealing the envelope and all of that. But I mean, even like writing out all of the labels, I do that. Obviously, I sign every single book, do that, but like packaging them, securing them, taking to the post office, and then also giving everyone their shipping numbers. That's something that I do. So that's something I want to see if I can figure out a way to not have to do that, because I was literally emailing every single person that bought the book saying, "Thank you for buying the book, and here is your tracking number." Like, I mean, it was so much. So, oh, Sarah, you said the WooCommerce. Okay. See, a lot of people have been recommending that, or Shopify. I don't know if I said that correctly earlier, but so those were the two that I was trying to look into. So yeah, because I love that people want to buy the print copies. That makes me so excited. I love being able to like sign the books. That is super fun for me. But thinking about it again, like doing what I went through with Scarlett, I want to cry because I was just so blown away with the support on that one that I was like, oh no, what am I doing? Like, it was a lot. So I'm going to try not to have that happen this year. I have reached out to, yes, Sarah says, no wonder you were saying you needed an assistant. Yeah, I need somebody. I need some sort of help. As much as I like to think that I am Superwoman and I can do it all and I can do absolutely everything under the sun, there are times when it's like, you can't take on too much. So, yes, I do need help. I did reach out to, someone that I know in this new town that we moved to. My sister-in-law recommended her name. She's like an, what do you call, like an academic advisor at a college here, and they have like an intern program that a lot of the students have to do. So I reached out to her to see if maybe she would have a good fit for a student that could come to even just help me with like the most basic of things. So we'll see. She's looking into it and she's going to get back to me. I've had some people email me as well, help with different services and stuff, which is definitely very helpful. So hopefully I'm going to get a little bit of help, because especially just around book release time. I said it last year with both Christy and Scarlett. I was like, I cannot do another book release without having someone to help me. I just, like, I physically don't have enough hours in the day to do everything. And now we're getting close to another book release, and here I am, like, oh, remember when I said I was gonna get an assistant to help me? I haven't done that yet. So, and I do. So hold on, let me scroll. Jasmine says, it's an Aries thing. I struggle with asking for help all the time because I low-key feel stupid and helpless when I can't get stuff done on my own. And I feel the same. I hate asking for help. Like, I hate it. And I don't know why. And I know that's not something, like, I know that sometimes you just have to ask for help, and it's okay, and people understand. And I actually talked about this in one of my challenge videos that I did back in, it was like August, that a lot of people want to help others. Like, I'm that way. I love to help people. When people come to me and they need help with something, anything, I am so excited to help someone out. And I have to remember that other people, a lot of the times, genuinely want to help other people. But I just have such a hard time actually doing it. So Natalie says, how are the challenge videos 2 months ago already? I know. This October completely flew by for me. I remember my husband is going to be gone this weekend on a trip for a couple days, and he said something to me about being gone, and I was like, what? You're not gone this weekend? I was like, you're gone in like 2 weeks. And I looked at the calendar, I was like, it is not October 3rd? Like, what? So this month has just been flying for me. So yeah. Things Weatherberg says, I'm the most stubborn when it comes to asking for help. It can be so uncomfortable because I don't want to feel annoying. Yes, and Debbie, a lot of you guys are saying you're the same way. I know. I know I need help. And sometimes I think what stresses me out is because I've had help before. Like, I've had an assistant before. I used to have like assistant reviewers for my blog and all of that. Like, I've had people help me. And I think sometimes the hardest part for me is like the hurdle of having someone start to help you, because, you know, there's always like a process that you have to do to get it to where everything is streamlined, like getting to know one another or teaching them your things or setting up like, how are we going to communicate back and forth to one another? Like, there's always that period of time where it almost feels like more work in order to have someone be able to help you. Like, and obviously that's just how it's going to be, and you just have to get past that part, because then it can be super streamlined and everything. But there's always that part that is really, really hard. So Monday, so Sharon said, well, writing things down help you? I usually write things down in a calendar or board. I'm always so busy, I forget a lot, not on purpose, of course. It keeps me on track as far as planning my days. Yes, I just got a new planner, which I'm so excited about. I started filling it out October 1st, which was, you know, yesterday in my eyes. And that has helped me out so much. I love the planner I got. I don't remember the name off the top of my head of which one I got, but it's super helpful because it goes by, I'll just show you. Hold on. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Hopefully Perry entertained you while I was gone. So this is from Plum Paper. Let me show you the front. So the front just has my initials on it. And then this is a 6 month, but look how thick that planner is. Like, it's very thick. So I'll show you, like, for example, November. So this is like the start of November, and it has down the 3 goals that you want to achieve, which I love. You have birthdays, you have events, things to remember. And then this page is just like a blank page. This is where I write down all of my goals for the month. So for my one for October, it is just like 2 columns full of things that I want to get done. So that's where I put the months. And then it has the month of November. I don't know what I have written down, like making sure I don't have anything like that you can't see right now. You know what I'm saying? So then you have like the actual calendar month. This is where I put like doctor's appointments, like different appointments like that I need to remember. It's also where I put down like due dates if I'm like working with anyone and I need like certain due dates down, or like trips or things like that. But then I love this part because so this is like So this is Friday, November 1st. You have today's priorities. Then you have your to-do list. You have today's schedule. There's a place for meals, notes, a daily gratitude, which I do fill out. A gyno appointment on November 13th. Do I? Do it? No, I'm like, wait, what? Do I have an appointment on the 13th? Okay, I think you made that up because I definitely do. I was like, I think I just went to the doctor not that long ago. JK, okay. I was like, what? What? Oh, that's really, you got me good. But I love this a lot because this is what I do every single morning. I wake up and I grab this and I go out to the table and I fill this out. I listen to my Aries Today podcast. It's like a 2-minute podcast that, like, I don't know if you want to say like horoscope or whatever, but I usually get my daily gratitude from that podcast, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, I will definitely link my planner. Again, it's Plum Paper. I will find it. I will link it. I don't have an affiliate link, but I think there's like a referral. I think everybody gets a referral link. And also I'll need to look at my account and see if there's like because I want to say there was something about the referral link that like you got $10 off if you used it or something like that. So I'll definitely pop that in at the end of this video. I wasn't planning to show my planner, but here we go. But I'm just really excited about this planner, okay? I was actually going to put it in my makeup monthly in the favorite section. I still will, but so yeah, I listen to my Aries podcast. I usually get my daily gratitude about that. It just makes me think, but I also write down, like, I look at that first page of what's everything that I want to accomplish that month. And then I pick different things for different days and I put them on my to-do list. I mean, I put everything on my to-do list. I even put shower on my to-do list. Seriously, because I love, like, I love crossing things off. Anything I can cross off, like walk Aries on my to-do list every single day. Yoga on my to-do list every single day. Even if it's like simple things that, like, I know I'm going to do a YouTube live today. It's Tuesday. I'm going to do a YouTube live. Doesn't matter. YouTube live goes on the to-do list. Like, I schedule out my day this way. And so that way, when I get done with the task, I can look at my to-do list and think, okay, what else is it that I need to get done today? Oh, that's on my to-do list. Going to do that. And then I like having today's priorities because I put, the top 3 things that I really, really need to get done. That goes into the priorities. Meals. I don't use a ton of other spaces except for like notes, or if I need to jot things down or like put this on tomorrow's, like I'll put it there and whatnot. Meals, I usually just, I track how many glasses of water I drink because I try to drink a lot of water. And sometimes I forget how many I'm at. So I just like cross them, like I just make a little check mark every time I drink one. And that's how I do my planner. So yes. Kelly says, you think you missed it. You got on late. What is the name of your planner? It's from Plum Paper. I think I'm saying that. And I will link it once I'm done with the live. So if you want to come back, I will definitely have the link there because I'll link the exact same one. They have a lot of them though. It took me a while to go through the website and like pick out the one that I thought was going to be best for me. And again, I did a 6-month one, but I really liked it because you could start whenever. You know, some planners are like, you have to start in January or July. This one, you could start whenever. So I ordered it like mid-September and started it for October. So I had it for like 4 days before October. And I was like, I just really want to start my planner. But I was like, just wait, like you're almost there. Sometimes it can get overwhelming when I think I saw someone ask this, when I still, at the end of the day, I still have an item or 2 on the list. And I'm like, oh man, like I didn't get it finished. But I know that I'll just go ahead. I'll put it on for the next day and do that. It does make me sad though. And especially I've been feeling it a lot, especially the past probably 2 weeks or so. I've been feeling that I'm not getting everything accomplished on my list every single day. Sometimes I know that I put too much on there. I try to have a specific number of things to get done on each day, just so I'm not totally overwhelming myself. But I know that sometimes I do just kind of overload and it's like, okay, no one can get all of this done in one day. Like, okay. Are they expensive? I can't remember how much exactly this one was because I also bought stationery at the same time because I have started to send out like actual notes in my giveaway boxes. Before I was just doing like Post-it notes and like pieces of paper. And a lot of people were telling me actually in a live chat that you guys keep my notes. And I was like, oh, I should make nice notes then. So I also ordered notes that have the same, like it has the same as this on the front. It just says like SM. But I didn't think it was too pricey though, if I'm remembering correctly. But I bought multiple things, so that's tough to say for sure off the top of my head. So yeah, that's how I do my planner, and that's kind of how I do it with my days, because I am someone who I really recommend writing things down. And this is why when we did the challenge in August? No, I can't even remember what month we did the challenge. But my biggest thing was like, actually write down your goals. Don't just put them in your phone. Don't just have them up here. Don't put them on like even like a post-it note and like maybe it's gonna get lost in the wayside. Like grab a notebook. I mean, it doesn't have to be a planner, but grab a notebook and actually write things down, because it's totally different when you can actually see things, and keep it somewhere close to you, whether it's like your desk. I mean, maybe you have a desk at home, maybe you have a desk at work, maybe you have, I don't know, maybe you have a spot where you sit in your house a lot and there's a little table next to it. Put your notebook there so you can always be looking at your planner. Like I'm constantly sitting at my desk and I just always have this boom right next to me, so I can just glance at it. Okay, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? And it really does help me out so much. So I love my planner. Faux show. Ooh, okay, we're talking about audiobooks. I do have some of my books in audio, if that was a question. What's an audio? Questionable Friendship up to I Do, The Sixth Christie, and The Sixth Scarlet are all in audiobooks on Audible. Or you can get them through Amazon via Audible as well, or just audible.com. And I saw someone say that you wish that I would have narrated. Yeah, that's a whole other beast. Because I tried at one point. Because I know I get that a lot when I would talk about, I've had such a hard time getting a narrator for Defining Her, and to hire a narrator is incredibly expensive. Like usually, I'm gonna say like minimum around $2,000. Usually it can be more like $4,000 to $5,000 to hire a narrator. So when I would say that I was like having issues with narrators, so many people are like, you should just narrate the book. It's like, it is not quite that simple. You have to have special equipment. You usually have to be in like a pretty soundproof room. I mean, a lot of people who are actual narrators are like voiceover actors or things like that. They have like a specific location and microphones and all of that. And you also do have to have specific software because yes, you can still like record it anywhere that you want, but you have to actually make it into an audiobook. It's the same with like physically writing a book. Anyone can go into a Word document and write a book, but then you got to actually produce the book, format the book, and all of that. So there's actually just so much more that goes into creating an audiobook. And it was a couple years ago, a website came out that was specifically aimed at authors who wanted to make their own audiobooks but didn't have, the most best equipment or a soundproof room or the software or things like that. So you could sign up for free on this website, and as long as you had a headphone and microphone, you could record it through their software. And then once they were done, they would basically like mix it for you, and then you could, it's a little bit more complicated in that, but then you could go on to get it to the actual website. And I was so excited because I've always wanted to narrate books. I thought that would be great. So I was like, perfect. So bought a microphone and bought headphones and all of that. Sat down. I'm trying to think. I think it was Up to I Do at the time that I was publishing. So I was recording that. But it's also very challenging because a lot of people do want specific voices for specific characters, or you need to like change your tones or this and that, you know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot that goes into it for sure. But I went through and I did it as best as I could. I took notes for like, okay, when I'm talking with this character, I'm a little bit higher. This character, I'm a little bit lower. This character, I maybe like draw my words out a little bit to try to like differentiate between the different characters. And it was so challenging because anytime the air conditioning kicked on, I had to stop it. anytime my dog would move and you could hear her, she had like the jingly collar at the time, and you could hear her jingly collar, had to stop it and start over. I finally get done. It took me, I want to say this correctly, I believe it took me around 4.5 months to record the audiobook and have it ready. And I was at the very end, and I was, trying to put everything together, and the website shut down. So all of that work, all of those hours, all of that time, all of that everything was completely gone because the website, I think probably what happened is that they couldn't be funded. I mean, they were a free website and, all of that, and it was completely gone. So I spent more than an entire summer. I'm trying to think of exactly when I started doing this. Maybe in like April, I want to say like April to August or something like that. I can't remember for sure. But it was so much of my time and just energy and trying to make sure everything was right because I wanted to produce the best audiobook that I could. And then that happened, and I was like, okay, some things are very expensive, but some things I do have to try to look at it. And even though I want to do everything myself, but even though some things are expensive, sometimes it really is a time versus money thing, or a time and energy versus money thing. Like sometimes I simply have to hire out things that I can't do. And maybe someday I will try with the audiobooks again. I mean, I still have a microphone and all of that. It's the same microphone that I use for the podcasting now, but it's the actual, like the software and the behind the scenes and everything that goes into that, that gets a little bit more complicated, that I don't think everyone realizes what all goes on behind the scenes. So yeah, but I tried, and honestly, I think I'm still kind of like scarred from the entire situation, because one thing that I learned too, that this might sound obvious looking back on it though, is that I should have been at least saving those audio clips, but I was saving them to the website. Like I had a login, I had folders with the different chapters on there, and everything was being saved directly into the website. So when the website went down, I lost everything. Now with my podcast, I know to I use a software to record my podcast, but I save every single one of those podcasts, goes directly to my Google Drive. So in case anything should happen, I'm still going to have all of those podcast episodes saved to my Google Drive. It's you live and learn, you make mistakes, you do better next time, and all of that. So I definitely learned a pretty big lesson with attempting to do it myself, because I mean, at the time I couldn't afford a really good narrator. And what you can do, oh, Sincerely Kristen says, look into Joel Wood, tell him I sent you. They're British, however, Joel and Leah. Hope that wouldn't conflict with the book. Oh, I'll have to, I'm like, I have a planner right here in front of me. I could write that down, but I don't have a pen. That's awkward. I have a lip liner, but it's one of my favorites, so I'm not going to use that. And through, so Audible is owned by Amazon, and you can get different narrators through the back end of the author system. It's called ACX for Audible, and you can get different narrators on there, and it's kind of a cool platform because there's an area for narrators who are just starting out, who don't have the biggest portfolio, and all of that. They can still get work, and you can do it on a royalty-based payment. So instead of paying all the way up front, you can do a royalty-based. So basically it cuts into the amount of royalties that you get when your audiobook publishes, instead of getting your full royalty, because obviously like Audible takes a cut. Instead of getting that full, you would split it in half with your narrator, but that allows you to not pay up front and not pay as much money up front. But the caveat is that the narrators are under no obligation to actually finish out the work for you, because there's no money up front being paid. There's nothing like that. I had this happen to several narrators with me through Audible, and it was like we had an agreed upon date of when they would send the first 3 chapters, and then they would do the rest. And all of a sudden I was like being ghosted by narrators, or like I literally had one narrator message me and be like, sorry, I just actually don't know how to do this. My bad. And I was like, what? And I remember messaging Audible and being like, this isn't right. Like like, we have a signed upon agreement per your website, da da da. And Audible was basically like, you didn't pay them up front, they can do that. I was like, oh, so yeah, so that happens. So, and again, I know some of my earlier work, not everyone loves the audiobooks because not everyone loves the narrator, but that was what I could afford at the time. So it's kind of just one of those things. Yep, that was a learning lesson too. So now it's like for the 6th Scarlet, like I paid to have a good narrator for that one. So, and one who would do it on time. She was actually early. Kept in touch with me, gave me updates. So yeah, I mean, just always living and learning out here, you know, there's always something. Usually if you can do something like for free or I don't know, things like that, there's usually always some sort of caveat. Usually, not all the time, but usually it's like, let me look into this a little bit more and see where the drawbacks could be. So that's what I learned with audiobooks. So my holiday novella is not going to be a print book. That is just going to be not an audiobook. That's just an ebook. That's because it's a novella, which means it's a short story. And basically the cost to create a print book for it would exceed any sort of return of investment that I would get on the book. So to be quite honest with you guys, and this is actually something that I wanted to talk about, I've been thinking about starting some sort of book series here on the channel of like a behind the scenes of either like being an author or I get so many book questions and I feel like I'm getting them more and more these days versus like a year ago even. And it's so funny because I just think there's so many things that unless you're doing something, you don't quite realize it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's the same about so many different things. When I posted my mindset and makeup episode 1, and I was talking about all the different things about being a YouTuber, what goes into it and what you can kind of expect, so many people were like, I had no idea. I wouldn't have realized that. And I mean, that's just like obvious. Like I don't know the ins and out of other industries that I haven't worked in either. So when I hear things or people tell me certain things, I'm like, oh, like crazy. I didn't know that. So I didn't know if that would be an interesting series. So that was one that I was interested in getting some feedback on if you guys would want to see something like that. But honestly, unless you're like an incredibly successful author and usually with like one of like the few like very higher up publishing companies and you have like crazy book deals and your books are being made into movies or TV shows or you're friends with a celebrity or something like that, there's not usually a ton of money in book publishing. Like a lot of people, especially as like indie authors or self-publishing authors, we're not doing this because we think like, oh, we're going to make a lot of money out of this. It's because it's something that we're passionate about and we just want to do it. And it's something that just drives us because unfortunately, this was when I still owned my publishing company. So I'm trying to think of how many years ago this was. I don't know, 4 years ago maybe, that I realized that truly the return on investment for print books in general is not there, because it's actually fairly, I'm going to loosely use the term affordable, but to produce an ebook is not too bad. Like, yes, you need an editor. Yes, you need a proofreader. Yes, you need a cover designer. Yes, you need a book formatter. You need all of those things. But with an ebook, you can like view it online and make sure everything looks okay and it's all good. To have, to design a cover, like there's that. But to do a print book is a whole other beast. The formatting is more expensive. So to hire someone to actually make sure your book looks like an actual book when it's published, that's a whole other thing. So the formatting is more expensive. The cover is more expensive because you have a front cover, you have a back cover, and you have a spine. And you need to make sure that everything is, like set up correctly and in that way. And then also when you do a print book, you need to actually physically order a copy of the print book so you can look at it, so you can make sure everything's okay, and then you can put it for sale. So it's not only more time consuming, but it is more expensive to produce print copies, and more these days people want ebooks. Um, I mean, I sell by far more ebooks than I sell print books. And so when I was really looking at it, I was like, ooh, like I don't know if I want to keep doing print books because it's so much money versus how much we're actually making money. And I'm glad that I still do have print books for my regular, for my regular novels and all of that, because I do enjoy print books. Like I like holding them. It's a really special feeling as an author when I get to hold my new novel for a first time. I think that's really cool to be able to actually like physically sign copies and send them out to you and all of that. Like that means so much to me as an author. I love being able to do that. But when I look at the overall publishing process, ebooks are really what's, killing it for the book industry right now. Like that's what people tend to want more. So yeah, that's just a little bit too about the book world. So that's why I don't have the Christmas novella as a print book, because in order to put that all together, it just wouldn't make a ton of sense. So I know a lot of authors also do that, because I remember bouncing that off with like the book community too. And a lot of people, like a lot of authors, especially in the chick lit genre, put out holiday novellas. It's quicker to produce them. A lot of times it can be nice to put them out like in between books. Like I probably should have put out some sort of novella 6 months ago or something, but that's okay. So a lot of times people will come out with something at the holiday, like a cute little like holiday romance story or, something like that. And a lot of times they're only on ebooks. Not all the time, of course, but so that's a little bit, that's a little bit there. So yeah, that was one thing that I wanted to talk about too. So yeah, I didn't know if that would be interesting. I go back and forth with book stuff so much because I'm a beauty focused channel and that's what I do. But I get so many comments of people wanting to see stuff about books, but I just don't know where to put that content. I don't know where to put that content so people can find it and enjoy it. So I'm just kind of struggling with that these days. I know a lot of people have. Oh, okay. Molly said podcast. Yeah, okay. How am I going to say this? So, a lot of the podcasts that I'm doing. So I just launched a new podcast. It's going to release every Thursday. So, and you can find it on iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher and Google Play, and it's on all of those places. It's called Start Inspired, by me, Samantha March. Usually I have found if you search Samantha March, it shows up faster than if you search Start Inspired. But there's 2 episodes out right now. The 3rd episode will go up this Thursday morning. So I'm really excited about that. I've been having a lot of fun with the podcast, and I kind of want that to be more of like my inspirational stories, just some of the different things that I've gone through a little bit, maybe like business wise. But I also do want to interview people that I think do really cool things, people that inspire me, people that I think that would inspire others, just like other entrepreneurs, authors, other YouTubers, business owners, things like that. So that's what I kind of want the podcast to be focused on. So I'm excited about that. And I'm kind of like really blown away at the support the podcast has gotten, because I was really unsure about it and I was a little bit nervous. Actually, episode 2 is kind of on that, about when things don't come naturally to me, but I'm still trying them anyways. I mean, kind of like what I was talking about with like being a narrator and all of that, like just trying new things that I don't really know what I'm doing and seeing if they work or not. And the feedback has been really good. And also, I don't know, just I like the stats that I could see on my back end. I was like, that many people are listening to my podcast. Like I was kind of surprised. I had a goal in mind that I was hoping to get within the first like season, if you will. I think I decided that maybe it'd be like 12 episodes per season, and then I would like take a week off and then start a new season or something like that, So I was like, if I had it in my mind, like if I can get to this many views after 12 episodes, like I would be super happy. And we hit that with episode 1, and I was like, I'm so confused. I don't understand. Like, What's happening? So I was so excited about that. So thank you guys. I just decided to try something out, and it's really exciting to see that so many people really enjoy it. So yeah, and I wasn't sure if people would like, the first 3 episodes are just me talking, and I wasn't sure because a lot of times podcasts are like 2 or more people talking and, doing this or that. And so I was like, I don't know if people are gonna like that it's just me, but that's why I want to bring in guests. But people seem to like just me. So I was thinking of, kind of going back and forth between myself and having a guest on and just things like that. So yeah. Where do I record my podcast? I use Zencaster to record. I use Audacity to edit. that was a whole beast learning how to do everything. That was very hard. There's not a lot of knowledge, or there's not a lot of resources yet about podcasts, because I was Googling every which way of like, where do you even record a podcast? Like, yes, in my house, yes. Like, where do you even, like, what's even going on? Where do you do this at? And there's just not a lot of information out there. I was super surprised at that. So I'm glad that I kicked it off though. So I'm really happy about that. But yeah, and I think I saw someone ask where you can find it at. Just anywhere with podcasts, iTunes. I use Spotify for my Android phone, but you can search it on like Google Play, Stitcher, and all of that. Yeah, I would just say to search Samantha March, and I should pop up for you. But yeah, there's the 3rd episode will go live Thursday morning. So eventually I'm going to take away my Thursday upload day to have it be for my podcast day, so I can really be focusing on like promoting the podcast and talking to people about the podcast and all of that. And but I wanted to wait until, like, I thought I was going to do like a full season before I was like, okay, I think we got to a good point where I can like take Thursdays off or whatever for my YouTube upload. But I'm like, maybe in November I might, especially with the book coming out and all of that. It can be a lot at one time, but I love it. I love everything that I do. I mean, I love everything that I do. I have a passion for things that I do. And one of my biggest passions is sharing my stories and sharing my experiences and all of that. So if I can find new ways to do that, then I want to be there. Where was I talking about this at? I feel like it was in a YouTube video, but I was saying how, like, one advice I used to give, I think I was talking about this with authors, with like book marketing and stuff, is like, figure out who your audience is, then figure out where they are. And so I kind of gauged that as like myself. So like when YouTube was getting really popular, I was like, okay, I just have this blog now. I need to transition into YouTube. And I love podcasts. I've been listening to podcasts. I mean, like I said, every single morning. Anytime I walk my dog, anytime I'm driving in my car, always listening to a podcast. If I'm cleaning or organizing, I have an earbud in, I'm listening to a podcast, and I'm really inspired and I'm really motivated by a lot of them. So I'm like, I want to have a podcast too. I mean, so, I just like to do what I love and that I get excited to do. But it's hard because you also have to be smart about it, because I mean, if you watch my mindset and makeup series, I was not smart about it when I first started YouTube, and that got me in a lot of trouble. So just gotta be smart, because I'm not someone who can only work off of passion. I do also have to work off a paycheck. so there's that. But yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support on the podcast. There are links in my description box too. So if you're watching now, my description box should be up there. There should be some links in there, but I have them in every description box too. So yeah. I was thinking about perhaps having Fridays Try to Get Ready with Me be on podcasts, and like different podcasts that I really enjoy. Kind of like the ones that I listen to the most, because I feel like a lot of people are recommending a podcast episode, but I don't know exactly what it is people are wanting to see. Like, do you want a behind the scenes of how you actually start a podcast? Do you want podcasts that I really enjoy? Do you want to hear more about me starting my own podcast? I really wasn't sure what it is that people want to see for a podcast episode. So if you have any feedback for me, of course, just let me know. Because I was thinking about filming that I'm going to film Friday's video on Thursday. I think I have to take, I think I need to go into another town tomorrow for some work stuff. So I think I might be out of town tomorrow, but probably on Thursday, I'm going to film a Try to Get Ready With Me for Friday's upload. And I was trying to think of a topic and thought we could talk about podcasts. I don't know if people would want to hear about that. I feel like it's so funny to me because I think that people still aren't really sure about podcasts, because my thing for me was when my husband started, because Mitch has been listening to podcasts for years and years and years, and he would always recommend them to me. And I feel like a lot of my guy friends found podcasts first, right? I would have all of my guy friends being like, oh, I recommend this, I recommend that, or I listen to this. And I'm like, what? My thing was, I was always like, where are you listening to podcasts at? Like, I don't understand. I don't even know where to find them. I'm so confused. I am not tech savvy in any sort of the sense. I can never figure anything out. So I'm like looking on my phone. I'm like, where are you like, is that on like YouTube or something, or like Google? Like, I'm like, where are you finding these? So it took me a while, but once I found them, I really did love them. But a lot of the feedback I get sometimes is people being like, I don't understand, like, where are you even finding a podcast type thing. So I didn't know if anyone would like having a Try to Get Ready With Me on the topic, but I don't know. You guys can just let me know. Can I do a podcast on how I managed to do everything? Maybe. Hi, Sherry. Sherry's here. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. I feel like I have such a hard time sometimes explaining my schedule, like even like trying to talk about my planner and everything, which I'm still holding because I'm still so excited about it. But it can just be hard because I feel like it's hard because everybody's life is so different. You know, everybody's day to day is so different. Everybody's goals are so different. Sometimes I feel like when I share mine, I feel like I'm always making like somebody mad at some point. I mean, that's just how it is. That's just the internet. I know. But I don't know. It just makes me worried. I feel like I'm always going to say something that's going to make someone angry. But yeah, there's that. Katie says, any vacation plans? What's that say? Any vacation plans? Your life is tiring me out. That's funny. I think I'm actually going to be able to go visit my family again over Thanksgiving. So I'm going to be very excited about that. Hopefully. I actually went to look at flights today because usually Tuesdays are a pretty good day to book flights. They tend to be less expensive, and it was my family, I'm in Iowa, my family lives in Alabama. Mitch and I were able to travel last year over Thanksgiving to be with them, but I was looking at flights this morning. I was like, so we'll have to see. But oh no, so something very exciting that I'm pretty pumped for is on Sunday. Be watching for me, you guys, okay? Because I'm going to be on TV. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm not really going to be on TV, but I'm going to the Sunday night football game. Hold on, let me drink my water. I got too excited. Okay, I'm going to the Sunday night football game. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge Packers fan. I'm a huge football fan in general. I love football. I love baseball. But I'm a big old Packers fan, and we have tickets to the Packers-Chiefs game in Kansas City. Kansas City isn't too far from us. Like, it's a bit of a drive, but like we can do it. And we're going down with some friends. We actually bought tickets like the day that tickets became available to be on sale. We got the tickets right then. So we've been like, this has been on our calendar for a very long time, knowing that we were going, and we're so excited for it. So yeah, so it's a Sunday night game. So I guess it could be like watching for me, you know, because like maybe I'll make it on TV. I was trying to think if I could like do something cool if I was on TV, but I'm not cool. I'll probably just be like, hi mom, you know, like something cool. Yeah. But yeah, I'm super excited to go to that. So I do have something fun coming up. We'll be driving down Sunday morning. I don't remember where my seats are, to be honest with you. I need to figure out like how I even get my tickets, because they're like digital, I don't know, on your phone or whatever. I need to make sure I can like pull up my tickets and all of that. So I am super pumped about that. But I am very, very sad that Patrick Mahomes will not be playing, even though it's probably going to help my team win. Like, not saying that they're like it's a guaranteed win or anything like that, and it's in Kansas City. I think it'll still be a very good game, but Patrick Mahomes is one of the best players, and I just think it's fun to watch the best players. So when he got hurt last week, immediately my first thought was, oh no, he's not going to be able to play next week. So super bummed about that. Super bummed about that. I would love to see him play because I think he's a great player, but I am sure that we'll still have a lot of fun. We have some Packers fans and some Chiefs fans in our group of friends that are going, so hopefully we can all just still be dear friends at the end of the game. So yeah, so that's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait for that. So yeah, that I'll be doing that on Sunday. I feel like my voice is going out. I don't know why. I haven't even been talking that much today. But yeah. What else? That's about all I got right now. Yes, I probably will be tailgating. Mitch is going to be gone. I know some of our friends are going to go down Saturday, but Mitch is going to be gone and he won't be home until like Sandy night. Sandy? Who? Saturday night. So we're not going to be able to go down until Sunday morning, but hopefully we can still, it's the night game. So I'm sure even with a longer car ride, we'll be there in time. We'll be able to tailgate and all of that. But I've never been to Kansas City, so I'm really excited to go to the stadium. I'm really excited for just like the atmosphere. I haven't been to a professional football game. The last time we went to Lambeau, and I'm pretty sure I don't think I had a YouTube channel. So this was probably, I'm going to say maybe like 5 years ago. That I went to the last professional game. So I'm really excited to go to another one. I got a new jersey because my jersey that I had was Clay Matthews. He's no longer with the Packers. He is with the Rams, and I'm pretty sure he like has a broken jaw or something crazy like that. So he's not even playing right now because he's injured. So I got a new jersey and it came in and I'm so excited. So yay. So that see, balance. No, I know that's one of my struggles. I know it is. That's why sometimes I get uncomfortable to talk about like everything that I do and like how I plan my days, because I always get feedback of people saying like I do too much, I don't take enough time for myself. But then it's so funny because then I'll like take a vacation or I'll like share that I'm getting a massage and people are like, oh, you're so bougie, and it's like, what? Huh? I mean, of course it just goes down to like you can't please everybody and you know whatever, but it kind of makes me like not super stoked to always just be sharing about what I'm doing. I don't know. It's such a hard thing. It's such a hard balance. But I saw someone ask Astros or Nationals. Oh, it's Hey, Mandy's here. Astros or Nationals. I don't really know. I'm a Cubs fan. So at this point, if it's not like my two teams that are in it or a team that like I still kind of like too type of thing, I typically just root for like good games. Like I want there to be a game 7 because I think game 7s are so exciting, but I just want there to be good games. Like the Houston Yankees game, I thought that one was a real good game. Like that's what I want as just like a sports fan in general. I just want to see a good game. But I love game 7s. I can watch any game 7 of anything. Like doesn't matter, hockey, like I'm not a huge hockey fan, not a huge basketball fan, but I can typically watch like the championship series, but game 7s, like I will watch game 7. I love game 7. Only thing I'd say is like golf. Like I'm not a great golf watcher. If it's like the final hole and it's like something exciting's happening, like maybe I can watch that, but like so Katie says, I kissed a guy once that played for the Nats, so I'll go with them. That's fantastic. That's a good reason to root for them. Oh, that's great. Melissa says you're going to the Vikings versus Broncos in Minnesota in November. I love watching football. Skull. That's funny. I think I have some friends going to that game too. I would really love to get to the Vikings stadium, the new Vikings stadium. I would love, it's on my bucket list to visit every NFL stadium. I'm doing terrible at that bucket list. Very, very bad. But I would definitely love to get to the Viking Stadium. I think it just looks beautiful. We wanted to go to the Bears game this year. The Bears-Packers game, the first game of the year. I do not know what is going on with my voice. I better not be getting sick. I will. We wanted to go. It was Bears Stadium, but it was so expensive. I mean, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but I want to say it was like $1,200 for a ticket. And I was like, so that didn't work out, unfortunately. But yeah, I would love to get to all the stadiums, and definitely even like baseball stadiums too. There's just, I don't know. There's a lot of there's just so many cool baseball stadiums. Also, I'm trying to think even where all I've been. It's really sad. I should really work on my bucket list more. So sad. Okay, we're at about the 55-minute mark. I think did I even talk about it? I don't even know what it was I put on. I try to put like little topics that I'm gonna have the live chat be about, and I'm like, what did I even put on my little thumbnail? I can't even remember, but hopefully we got to everything. But I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit about, I don't know, books and podcasts and sports. Like, what else did we talk about? I don't feel like we talked about food this time, which is very weird. Hopefully I'll be able to get some good food in Kansas City. I'm sure my husband will want some barbecue. Baseball stadiums had the best nachos. Yeah, I got some nachos when I went to the Miami Marlins game in Florida. That was the first thing that I got like off the plane too. I was like, nachos. So good. Oh, they were so yummy. So yeah, thanks for joining me for another live chat. I will be able to go live next Tuesday as well. So that's good. And I'll let you know the time. I'm really going to try to do it I'm going to try to do it on a different, like maybe like the mornings or something like that. I don't know. I'll try my best, but until this next book actually gets published, just please be aware that my life is kind of crazy at the moment. So if I'm not responding to you guys right away, or I'm not in the comments as much, just please know that I'm trying to do my best with everything that I have going on. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate your support on all of my different crazy ideas that I get. And just know that I really do appreciate you guys. So tomorrow's video is going to be the Will I Buy It, of course. And Thursday is going to be... what's Thursday's video going to be? Oh, a fashion try-on haul. And then Friday will be the chatty get ready with me. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.